We got another hiker attempting a through hike. Tell us your name or whatever you want to say.
Yeah, so my name's Ryan. I'm from Massachusetts, just south of Boston, in between Cape Cod and what's out here. I started on March 10th.
Okay.
And shortly after, I got the trail name 2 Clicks. And
2 Clicks.
Yeah, I got that name in the Smokies when we were came across a pretty aggressive black bear at Molly's Ridge, and no one could scare it away. And I ran at it and did 2 clicks, and everyone's like, "Oh, all it took was 2 clicks," and that was my name ever since.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Never heard of a 2 Clicks on the trail before.
Yeah, I haven't seen one either.
My wife did her through hike in 2014 and started March the 10th.
Nice, yeah, the 10th seemed like a pretty good day. I got to a little busy at first, but then shortly after, I think I was kind of ahead of the bubble of people, so it's been kind of a chill group out here.
Did you have to quit a job?
As far as my job goes, I'm a framer back in Massachusetts, and I still do have a job thanks to my cool boss. So I'll be going back to work after this probably.
How long have you been thinking about doing a through hike?
I've been thinking about doing a through hike probably about 5 years, 6 years now. Yeah, when I was younger hiking up in the Whites, I had met a through hiker and we kind of talked for a while, and it definitely stuck, and here I am finally out here 5 years later.
Now you can remember when you met that through hiker. It's a real good experience, I bet.
It was an unbelievable experience. Yeah, she slowed down and everything. And I mean, I bombarded her with questions for about 10 miles, and she was happy to answer all my questions. So,
have you thought about that you're going to be the first through hiker that millions of people, or the rest of your life, you'll be the only through hiker that lots of people ever meet?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I think about that all the time. I mean, the trail has been so amazing, but more than the trail, I've kind of been really into meeting all the people every day. Every day is new people, and I try to document the people too, because I want to remember all the people when I was over. There's a lot of people out here that, you know, I've only been out here 35 days, but some people have really impacted my life since I've been out here.
Were you trying to finish it in a certain amount of time?
No, I mean, I'd say it would take me between 5 and 6 months, but I'm just walking. I don't have a set date, and really no set plans. I know kind of what's ahead of me, and I just walk. I don't overplan. I just kind of go with the flow.
Do you have anything you're looking forward to in front of you?
Yeah, in front of me, I'm definitely looking forward to the Grayson Highlands.
Okay, with the ponies.
Very excited to get there, and you know, Damascus too. Kind of, it seems like a cool trail town. So we're gonna take a zero there and spend a day in Damascus. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
What about your gear? All your gear working good?
Yeah, everything's working great. I've done a lot of backpacking in the past. Coming out here, I wasn't too sure how everything was going to plan out, but I haven't had to send everything home. Everything I have, I am using, so everything's holding up good, knock on wood, and yeah, it's great, man. Couldn't be better out here.
Has it been any one thing that you've changed on your hike that you can look back and say, well, I've learned to do this or whatever, and I don't do what I did back at Springer?
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing for sure, at Springer, leaving Springer, I was more of a tent camper. You know, I stayed in tents all the time. I was not against the shelters, but I would rather have my personal space, and I think as time went on, I got more tired and the weather just happened to get worse. I'm a shelter sleeper now, so I like waking up in the morning and just packing my gear up quick, and you know, in a rainstorm, my gear's not wet, so that's definitely one thing I've changed, you know.
Is there any negatives about shelter hiking?
There's a couple negatives I'd have to say, and I mean, the mice aren't one of them. The mice can be kind of harass you, but I don't think it's a negative. It kind of comes with it, but you know, you have a lot of people who talk late into the night.
Right.
There's a lot of talkers, like snoring. You can't control snoring, but a lot of people are, you know, conversating to 10, 11 at night pretty loudly. And it's pretty tough, you know, but most of the time the shelter stays are pretty pleasant, and for the convenience, you can't beat it.
And you've met up with a kind of a tramley?
Yeah, my tramley's right over here. I'm hiking with Eskimo from Kansas, Duracell from Central Mass, and Mean Spaghetti from Buffalo. So we've kind of been a group, and now we have Buckeye part of it. We like solo hiking, which is why we all kind of meld together. We don't really hike together during the day. We all do our own thing, and we all kind of do the same miles, so it really worked out. We like spending time alone, and I think that's why all of us have become so close to each other.
Okay, cool. Anybody you want to say hello to, or any encouragements or challenges?
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to my parents back in Massachusetts and everyone there who's supporting me and giving me words of encouragement through the hard times. I think about you guys when stuff gets tough, and it makes me, you know, want to keep going. Maybe when I'm mentally weak out here, it helps me keep going. Everyone's awesome.
So somebody that's thinking about through hiking, how important is a support group back home?
For me, it means a lot. You know, there is days out here where mentally it's hard to pull it together, you know, whether it be being wet for 3 days or freezing and shivering for 5 days, you know, just knowing that you have people home that are rooting for you and that want you to make it. It keeps you going when you have a hard time keeping yourself going. But I think it's pretty important. I'm not saying you need one, but it helps for sure.
God bless every step between here and Katahdin. Send us a Katahdin pictures when you're standing on that side.
I will. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you.
I got somebody attempting a through hike. Give us your trail name or your name or whatever you want to share.
Yep, my trail name is Jinx.
Jinx? How'd you get that name?
The first couple weeks on trail, I was hiking with a good group of people, and anytime I'd say anything remotely positive, it would turn against us. So I'd say it looks like it's going to be warmer tomorrow and it would be much colder. I'd say it looks like the trail's going to be easier tomorrow and be much harder. And they just kept telling me that I was jinxing them, and then eventually that was my name.
Okay, and you answered to it, so you must have took it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I apologize for the traffic, guys, but this is the only way we can do it. There's nowhere else we can talk here. We'll try to talk loud so you'll hear us. I just heard you say on the back of the truck about if you was to tell somebody something that was going to hike it next year, what would you tell them?
Yeah, save your time and effort training for hiking the trail, because it ain't going to help. The trail will train you when you get out here. You can't train for having that weight on your back, hiking up and down mountains all day in varying conditions every day. Just take it easy the first week or two, and then get the mileage will come.
Right. What kind of mileage are you doing now, Jinx?
I'd say on average probably like 17. There are days where we cut it short around 15 because maybe it's just a great place to camp, or we're trying to time getting into town the next day. But then I'm starting to do a lot of 20s as well. So
what is the one thing you miss the most about being at home?
My golden retriever, Jose.
Doing what?
My dog, my golden retriever.
Golden retriever. The last guy said the same thing about a dog.
I can talk to my people, I can text my people, but
you can't that dog.
I can't my dog.
I had somebody do a live deal when you phone to phone.
Yeah.
And they had their friend have the dog, and that dog was jumping up like crazy because they could see it on the other end.
I'm sure I'll do that at some point.
All right.
So I get a good signal.
Well, I'm not going to keep you. I know you're going to get back on the trail, man. You got anything you want to say to anybody, hello to, or challenge or anything?
Just hello to everyone back home in Michigan, and to all you people out there daydreaming and pondering and thinking about doing a through hike. Just do it. Make it happen.
God bless every step between here and Katahdin.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, I got me another through hiker here attempting a through hike. Give us your name and trail name.
My name's Max. My trail name is Gravity.
Gravity? How'd you get that name?
I fell out of the Fontana Hilton.
Wow.
I was trying to get out in the middle of the night, and there's only a step that's about 4 inches by 4 inches wide.
I know where it's at.
And I slipped off. So.
There's some people do crazy things to get a name. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I didn't get that name on purpose, but that's how trail names happen.
Well, you're answering to it, so it must be working for you, Gravity.
Yeah.
When did you start, Gravity?
March 14th.
Okay, my birthday's March 15th.
That's a month ago today.
A month ago today, you're doing good miles.
Yeah.
What's your biggest mile day?
We did 20.6 or so.
Wow.
Yeah, coming down out of the Smoky Mountains.
And you got a good group you're traveling with. We saw them earlier today. You're having a good time?
Yeah, it's really awesome having so many good people. You meet some of the best people on the trail, and I think that's one of the things that you're not so sure about always when you start, is who you're going to meet.
Right.
But you always find some people that kind of think like you and hike like you, and it's really great.
And that's your ride, I believe, that just drove up.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to keep you. Do you want to say hello to anybody out there? Or hi or something?
Yeah, I'll say hi to my mom, and I'll say hi to Janelle. So thanks.
Okay, God bless every step between here and Katahdin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gravity.
All right.
I got another hiker here that's attempting the through hike. Give us your name and whatever you want to tell us.
All right, my name's Beaver. I grew up in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. I'm living in Maine right now.
Beaver is the trail name?
Yeah, Beaver, like the animal.
Okay, how did you get that name?
It's the way I eat cheese. I sort of gnaw it like a beaver would a tree, and then I spit it back out onto my tortilla or onto my food so that I don't need to bring a knife or anything.
Did you name yourself or somebody else?
No, I was traveling with a girl from France, and she was like, "It is like that one animal that does that," and everybody was like, "Beaver," and so that became my name.
What, early on in the trail this year?
Yeah, it was like day 9. Okay. So at that point, a lot of people had names. I was sort of one of the few without, but I think it came at a good time.
What made you decide to do the hike? I mean, what made you decide to hike the Appalachian Trail?
So I was going to college out in Maine, and I was leading orientation trips for the college out on the mountains there. So I was hiking in Maine in August, south, and you run into all these people that were like 2,000 miles in at that point. said it was the best time of their life. I got inspired by them, wanted to do it myself.
Now my friend, a young girl from Bar Harbor, Maine, is that an area you're close to?
No, that's farther north, but it's right by Acadia National Park.
Okay, well
area.
Bar Harbor is Acadia. And that's where Cozy and them live, and her daddy and them own a 167-room hotel on Bar Harbor.
Yeah.
And she hiked with my wife in 2014. So we were up there, so I know all about Portland and all those areas.
Portland's cool. Portland's really cool.
So,
I'm hoping that some of the people that I hike with decide to fly out of Portland rather than Bangor and see the city a little bit.
Have you summited Katahdin before?
Yeah, I did last July.
And how much of the White Mountains have you done?
Good bit. Not a lot of the trail stuff, but I know the rigor of the mountains. It's tough. Yeah. It's a lot of fun, but it's tough.
But you're walking home.
I'm walking home.
In fact, they had a movie, a documentary, Walking Home, 2 years ago.
Oh yeah?
There's some people hiking the trail, and they did a documentary on the Appalachian Trail.
Cool.
You'd like to go back and look at that, maybe. What's anything that's shocked you out here? Are you prepared for everything that's happened, or is there anything that maybe you didn't think you was going to see or happen or anything?
Yeah, the one thing that jumps to mind when you ask that is the first night in the Smoky Mountains, I watched a bear attack a man's tent, collapse it. I don't know if it was an attack, but I've never seen bears so acclimated to humans before that I could like make noise and try and scare it away, and it didn't care. It looked like a dog that knew it was supposed to be doing something it wasn't doing, but it did it anyway, and it destroyed that man's tent, and it was a nuisance the rest of the night. So I guess I've been surprised by the impact of people on some of these wilderness areas. It definitely changes the landscape, changes the way that humans interact with
Further
animals.
north, you get it changes somewhat. Shenandoah is going to have bears everywhere.
Yeah.
Above that, it's going to get back to really nature, like what you're looking for, I believe.
Right.
Now, you're awful thin. What kind of mileage are you hiking?
Whatever I feel like each day, but it's usually somewhere between like 15 and 22.
Okay. You've lost any weight?
No, I don't have any to lose.
Well, I know. That's why I'm curious.
No, I'm like really careful about how much I'm eating, and I'm trying to eat like every hour that I'm hiking, just with bars on my hip packs and stuff, because I don't have weight to lose, so I got to make sure that I'm staying on my calories.
Okay, at this stage of the game, you've hiked a lot of miles.
Yeah.
Is there any mistake that you feel like you made? If you were starting over, you would make at least one change?
If I was starting over, I would research the weather in the 2 days before I start a little bit more deliberately, because it would have forced me to I didn't bring gloves, I should have brought gloves, and I didn't bring a sleeping bag liner. I sent myself a sleeping bag liner within the first week, called my buddy at home, said I need this. It's been such a cold spring. If I would have known, I could have brought a little bit more weight and been a little bit happier.
Yeah. What do you miss the most at home? About if you're out here, if somebody said we can give you one wish today, what would it be?
My housemate at home got a little puppy, so we've been doing the puppy thing the last couple of months. I'd love to just like spend a day playing with the puppy at the park.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Hey man, that great interview. You want to say anybody, or challenge anybody, or hello to anybody before we close out?
I mean, not anybody specifically, just like everybody in my life that supported me in this is awesome. And to anybody who wants to do this, it's been a blast. I definitely recommend it. So.
April the 14th, standing here at 19E at Elk Park, our Rome Mountain area. How'd you like coming across Rome Mountain Shelter and all of that? Oh, what you just finished, that area?
This last part, I think this morning was like one of the most beautiful, peaceful moments I've had on the trail so far.
And look at the weather.
Perfect weather. The breeze was perfect. The views were incredible. So no complaints. No complaints.
God bless every step between here and Katahdin, and thank you for taking a minute to talk to us.
Yeah, thank you.